So my Navara Np300 has now reached 44,000 miles. In breaking news, I have just changed the tyres, and there'll be a video coming up rather soon on what I've changed them to, why, and a bit of a comparison. So that comes soon. But 44,000 miles has come up. No disastrous occurrences, and all is well with the world. Ailments and issues since I spoke to you last, which was at the last service on this vehicle. Nothing really bad, little niggles. Number one, I have a aftermarket central locking system on the tailgate, and telling you that in case it's part of the issue, I've been finding the tailgate release sticks sometimes. So after the vehicle's unlocked, sometimes it seems to take 2 goes at pulling the handle to get it released, and there's a little bit of effort involved. That may be connected with my aftermarket central locking release. I don't think so. As I understand how the mechanism works, I think it just is the mechanism's quite heavy, and road dirt and vibration causes some binding. But that's been quite tough to open now and again, so very small issue. The position of the reversing camera means that it gets dirty so quickly it's almost pointless when you turn it on. You've practically got to jump out of the car and clean it before you can use it. I think a wash jet on there that you could activate would be a fabulous thing, or some sort of coating to keep it clean, or just reposition it, because I've had lots of cars with rear cameras, admittedly not lots of pickups with rear cameras, and this gets really dirty really quick. I don't know how big it is, but I'm finding a washer bottle is about half as big as it needs to be. Not quite sussed out if that's because the jets deposit way too much water on the screen or the bottle's small, but again, UK roads, winter time, we salt, you're struggling to do a long journey without having to top up the washer bottle. So that's a little niggle. I have developed a little bit of an interior trim squeak or chirp. Tends to be when the car's colder, and it seems to be coming from the glove box or door card on the passenger side. Not been able to track it down yet, but I think it's as the temperatures have dropped and the car's been cold, some of the plastics are moving around, and I'm getting a chirping noise. Quite irritating. But as the interior starts to warm up, it disappears. The fact that I didn't have it makes me worry that it's going to get worse and worse. But little thing, and I will track it down and let you know where it came from. On the heater and air conditioning front, I'm perceiving that when I put the heater air conditioning unit into defrost, it closes the external vents so that it gets up to temperature a lot quicker. That's quite normal. When you put it back into auto, I don't think it goes to free flow of air. I think that the car stays on closed cell, recirculate if you like, which means that the interior gets stuffy and you start to feel a little bit oppressive, queasy sometimes. I've noticed that if I then actively press the flow through or don't recirculate button, immediately things start to freshen up, and then you put it back into auto and it seems okay. It does not feel like it automatically takes the recirculate off. Could be wrong on that, it might just be perception, but it does get quite stuffy in here quite quickly after you've been on, you've missed the screen. Luckily, I have my wonderful wind deflectors, so I can drop the window a good inch and get a nice through flow of air, which is what I tend to do, and it helps the demisting as well. Really recommend these things. If you've never tried a car out with window wind deflectors on, give it a go. If it's not going to cost you a fortune, try it out. Bit of a changer. You can drive with the windows down just a little bit more of the time without the buffeting, without the freezing cold coming in, without the noise levels. It's really nice. Consumption of Adblu seems to have settled down. I had some big extremes. I got one fill up and it seemed to last about 1,500 miles, and I have done 5,000 and a bit miles on a fill up. Fill up being 10 litres. It's a 17 litre tank. You top it all the way to the top, runs down to 7, and that's what puts the light on the dashboard. So my 10 litres was lasting anything in between there. Now, what we're at 44,000 miles, and I think the last 6 or 7 fill-ups have been pretty consistent at a little over 3,000 miles. So look out for the tyre video coming out very soon, guys, comparing the Continentals with the tyres that I've now got on. Also got a video that has been prompted or suggested by another one of our subscribers, that is basically comparing this with the Ford Ranger and Nissan L200 or Triton, depending on what part of the world you're in, and a raft of other servicing, maintenance tips, hints, and how do I remove stuff videos. If you enjoy this and other stuff on general playing around in your garage, in your shed, or Jaguars, particularly XK8s, Volkswagens, particularly LT25s, etc., then please subscribe, tell your friends about it, and I look forward to seeing you soon on To The Garage. Keep them comments coming. Cheers guys, bye.